Hello! I've got a whole stack of cards to share with you. I've been a little on the busy side. Alright, so I'll show you the long skinny ones first. Okay, so I made this one. It just says thinking of you. And this is a book opening card. A book fold, rather, I guess it's called. In this shape, I just cut in half and put one on here and one on there. And as you can see, this is just a negative with two paper strips behind it to give it multicolored. Okay, this one, the same idea. I just cut this in half and put it on either side. I had a piece of this really pretty white, shiny cardboard. I don't know where it came from, but I put double stick tape on the back. And I added a tied bow on there. So that one's all done. Oops, and I put another piece of that pretty paper on the inside. So that one's ready for the seniors. This one's ready for the seniors. This is all just torn paper strips, all white in the back. So I created the background, added some real thin glitter tape, put the flowers on there and the verse. And this was just bits and pieces of some shiny silver cardstock that I had, or piece of paper rather. And so I cut it and put the tape, the gold tape between it, just to give it a little bit of a different look. And this is washi tape that I put on a piece of paper and glued it on there. So that one's ready for the seniors. This one, another book fold card. This is a butterfly that we found on one of the stores on the floor, and they said we could keep it. So this is just silliness. Outside of the killings, Washington has one of the lowest crime rates in the country. Mayor Marion Barry said that from Washington, D.C. Outside of the killings, Washington has one of the lowest crime rates in the country. That's really stupid. But it's funny. All right, and here's some more of that really pretty shiny white cardstock. And this was from a magazine. So, and again, another flower negative. So, and another piece of that shiny white pretty paper. So that one's ready to go. This one's ready also. I've got my paper ruffle there. And a little flag corner that I made, corner cluster, using a negative on there, and the butterflies that I punched out. And that's ready for the seniors. Again, another negative. I was cutting out circles, so I laid that down with a piece of the blue cardstock right behind it, and put these two items in there, and then put on some blue sparkly strips. And that one's all ready. This is really pretty. A friend of mine wrote, I love her handwriting, and so I always have to cut it out and save it for in cards. It's not about who you are or who you are not. It's about who he is. She writes so pretty. And this one, start each day with a grateful heart. And again, negatives on either side, negatives down in the middle. And these are just some paper border strips that I don't know where those came from. I've had them for years. I believe somebody gave them to me. And one of my pads that I've cut in half from the Dollar Tree and saved the tops. That's this one here. Save the top so that I can use the verses inside cards. So that one's ready. I've got this one. That's the other piece of the magazine page that I had used on the other card. And again, another little banner cluster, another banner cluster, and another one of those Dollar Tree pads of papers that I cut the tops off to use the verses. And this is another card that these I got in a box. I got a whole box of all the same card, and I forget, I think it was Ocean State Job Lots a couple years ago. For like $4 you could buy the whole box of cards, and I cut them all apart and used the verses for the inside of cards and stuff. So and I still have bits and pieces of them left, so I made a few cards. So, and this is washi tape, and of course the little gems. And put the apple in here and the "You're one of a kind." So that's done. And here's another piece of that same card front. So pretty much did the same thing on this one. And this one's the same thing. Did the same thing here. And the same thing here. And the same thing here. Just put different gems on it. So those are all ready to go to the seniors. There. And then I've got another whole stack down here. I just now finished doing these, and I showed these on Facebook in a couple of the groups. Throw kindness around like confetti. That's a washi tape. And this whole stack are all made from tissue boxes. The backgrounds are. And the inside of envelopes I made into these flowers. So that one and this one. And again, same thing. Tissue box, envelopes, washi tape. Same thing. Tissue box, envelopes, tissue box and envelopes again. And another one. I love that. If you're lucky enough to be different, never change. That's so pretty. Be loving. Be awesome. That's another tissue box and envelopes. So I was able to get all those done from tissue boxes and envelopes. That's pretty neat. Okay, and then I made, let's see, I've got a whole stack of these. These are all from negatives. I had punched out all the flowers, so I had these negatives left and these little scraps. So, and I bought these at the Dollar Tree. So just stamped a verse, popped that on there, and signed the insides for the seniors. So these are all similar, but yet a little bit different. And it's funny, this is from an address label, that little froggy on there, and this is from an address label, the little smiley face. And I used my little 1/2-inch circle punch and punched them out, just because they're cute little images. Another negative, and another negative on the inside. Another negative on the inside. And these ones I distressed around the edges also. Oh, that was another envelope address label. So I've got quite a few of these. I think I ended up with 12 of these, if I remember correctly. So those are all done and ready for the seniors. And these ones, again, a couple more negatives. And this was from I bought my Tim Holtz roller. So this was the packaging behind it. I thought that was pretty, so I had to use that. And that's the other piece of it. And this, I was just punching out some flowers. So I put that on, and that's just a little piece of washi tape. And I added onto this banner cluster. And again, the Dollar Tree pads that I cut the tops off so I can use the verses. So that one's all ready. This one, again, the washi tape on the top, the punched out flowers. And again, the Dollar Tree verse. A little bit of crepe paper on there. More crepe paper behind. All of these are all from scraps. Ooh, part of a calendar. little flower. And punched out some leaves, put that on, and this is a big circle negative. Again, message from the Dollar Tree pad. And this is a background that I made using strips of 1 inch or less strips. I think these are 1/2 inch strips. And silver paper. Anytime I have silver or gold or black paper, then I punch the holes out and save them all so I can use them as embellishments. So that's done. And this was just gorgeous. I don't remember where this came from. It may have been a calendar, but I just have these 2 pieces of it. I just thought it was so pretty, so I had to save that. And another negative with made into a cluster. And this is the other portion of it. More negative. So there you go. So I've been quite busy, so that's what I've done in the last 2 weeks here. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed my little show and tell, please give me a thumbs up. And until we meet again, happy crafting. Bye-bye.